So, we continue our discussion on e-marketing. So, in last lecture we saw how to develop a online customer. We can start with the online servers, we can provide facilities to make them online consumers, then from consumers we can make them prosumers, then we can make them the buyers, and finally, we can make them as the key customers who can be repeatedly contacted. Now, in a typical this is about developing the online customers, but there are other activities in support of helping the customer and getting more business. So, what are those activities under marketing? There are many activities which will actually help in all the 4 P's of marketing. Marketing is about the product, making it designed, getting inputs from the prospective customers and designing the product, new product development, then pricing the product, deciding about the place of distribution and how to manage your distribution channels and how to promote your product. So, with respect to these 4 P's, there are many activities under marketing, and how now we are going to discuss how information and communication technology has helped in improving this marketing, improving these activities. So, what are those activities? They are interactive marketing, sales force automation, sales management, customer relationship management, market research and forecast, advertising and promotion, and product management. So, of this about customer relationship management, and while discussing that we have also talked about your little bit about sales force automation and sales management as well. But we are going to have customer relationship management in great detail we have covered, but others we are going to deal right now. So, first task is interactive marketing. Interactive marketing is about making a two-way contact with the customers. So, by two-way contact we mean both way contact we mean consumer will be able to contact the company and the company will be able to discuss with the consumer, and web has provided appropriate medium for this, which is not possible in your traditional marketing channels like advertisement channels like your radio or TV etc., or print media etc. Now, what are the tools here? The charts, discussion groups, web forms and questionnaires, instant messaging and email correspondence. All these facilities provided by internet and the web has helped in interactive marketing. Then the next one is your sales force automation and sales management. Real time capturing and analysis of sales data over the internet and providing decision support based on this data has helped the sales force to improve their ability to help the customers and capture the customers in a much better manner. Then next is your market research and forecast. Market research and forecast, traditional way of doing markets and research and forecast still remains, but now the nature of the data that you were otherwise getting in your traditional medium has now changed. Now, here without the customer's knowledge during web browsing, you can actually collect huge amount of data. Either explicitly you can ask the buyers to give some details about the product, about the process, you can ask them for reviews and so on. Otherwise, implicitly by looking at his browsing behavior, you can collect a huge amount of data. The data can be either explicit, directly asking the customer, or it can be implicitly collected by observing the behavior of the customer. Then this data can be in structured form or it can be in unstructured form. In fact, about this structured and unstructured data we have already discussed in one of the earlier lectures, but to give an structured data is basically with proper you can actually put the structured data in a tabular manner. You can have proper rows and columns to put this data, but in case of unstructured data it is actually they do not follow a tabular format, they can come in any form. The example of this unstructured data is let us say you are getting the customers reviews. So, reviews data is your unstructured data. Now because of the web, the previously for market research your sample size was limited, you can contact very limited number of customers. Now because of the web your outreach has increased, you can collect data from large number of people. So, increase in sample size and the nature of the data has now changed. So, along with your traditional way of market research, people are making many innovative companies are adopting many innovative ways for forecasting the market and doing research about the market. Then next is the advertising and promotion. Of course, advertising and promotion is the most important activity that has been the way it was conducted has been changed because of the internet and the web. Now, what is the now in the originally the principle the original principle of promotion has now changed. For example, previously you used to have companies used to have push principles. By push principle we mean the promotion was actually initiated by the provider, by the company or the agency who is in charge of promotion of the company. Now, customers were actually inundated with unsolicited information or spams. You might be remembering the days when you were getting large number of such spam emails. And then in case you have a push principle, you have to provide a facility to subscribe and unsubscribe from a push channel. Many times this push is customized as per the user's need. Then next came the principle of pull. In case of pull promotion, the demand for the information is actually initiated by the user. We learnt about the customer models. So, if the online customer model, in that you saw if somebody is a online surfer and he is motivated by your company's products and product etc., then possibly he would like to know more about you. So, in that case he may contact you, because web is a two-way channel unlike TV etc. So, he may contact you and he can get additional information by the company. So, here the user consciously selects or follows his associations with the product, and sometimes he may be so inspired by your product that he can even pay certain money to know more about the product. Then what are various types of promotions? They can be through banner advertising. We all know that when we open the website there will be banners. Then on the click of a button you can actually visit a advertisement portal. There can be nano sites. So, by nano site we mean you will be actually showing a new page to the customer without leaving your current page. So, which means you can have a pop-up kind of thing coming out which will be a part of your current page, either a pop-up or in the form of a frame. It is a new website, but it will be coming in your current page. Then it can be a microsite. By microsite we mean you will be totally diverted to a specially a designed site for that particular brand. Then you can have the branded content. So, in that case a part of your current website will be dedicated for the brand. See, in case of microsite you have a different website for the brand. In case of a branded content, a part of the website will have a part of the website will contain the details about your specific brand. Then you can have embedded contents. By embedded contents we mean, you must have realized when you make a search, give a search query in a search engine. If you give a query in the search engine, then along with the other details which are returned by the search engine, some advertisements also are shown based on the keyword search. This is one way of embedding within the content. Then you must have seen within a specific news items, you will have a list of news items, and in between there will be one message from the advertiser. So, that way also, that is not with keyword search. You are searching through certain news, a particular category of news, and within that category of news you suddenly find out there is one link for a related product or service. So, that is through embedded content. Then next thing is about how to target the components, the various targeting components for promotion. Now, whom should you be targeting for promotion? First task is you should be targeting various communities. Now, who are the communities? Communities are the virtual groups with similar interest. So, you can customize the advertisement for special virtual community websites. Then you can target your advertisements for the content. By content we mean the advertisements in the website of other organizations related to your product or service. I was telling you, let us say some shoemaker will be showing his advertisement in a website on which is dedicated to the sports. So, next is the context. In case of context, you target only at those people who are already looking for the information about a subject matter. Now, this kind of context oriented advertisement has become very easy in the web, because you can actually track the customers activities, track the customers activities, browsing behavior implicitly without his knowledge. Then next targeting component could be your demographic and psychographic details. So, many times you provide your demographic and demographic details to the company, and based on your background you will be getting advertisements. Then they can also study your online behavior through cookies, your search pattern, etc., and they can appropriately fire advertisement to you. Then next is your product management. What are we doing? We are discussing about various activities under marketing and see how internet and web has helped improving these marketing activities. Now, how this product management is being influenced by internet and the web. First of all, internet is the only medium who has helped the companies to directly meet their customers online. So, which leads to your B2C kind of models. Now, you can also provide various interactive design in your website, so that in the presence of or of a person or with a specially designed something called a software agent, they can be interacting with your with the company. Then you can provide your store locators, the physical store locators over a map, and sometimes even if you know, if your customer is mobile, you know, and he has allowed, he is sharing his location, then around wherever he is located, around that area, whatever store is there, that can also be shown. Okay. Then providing this online payment facility is again another advantage of using web for helping using the web, which can directly help the customer to buy and make the payment there itself. So, now we move to a new topic. The topic is on supply chain management. So, in this topic we are going to learn what is supply chain management, what are various activities under supply chain management, then information flow within the supply chain, benefits of information sharing, then we will see what a e-supply chain is and objective and outcomes of e-supply chain, various functional areas under it, and implementation challenges. To start with, a supply chain is a system of organizations, people, activities, information and resources involved in moving a product or service from the supplier to the customer. In fact, if you look at the value chain, we have discussed it in the very first class, first lecture, that no company can actually, without help of its channel members, can directly reach the customers. You have to go through a number of channel members to direct. For example, see, even if we are talking about B2C models, where a company is able to directly contact the customer, but when it comes to specifically when it comes to delivery of the physical goods, you need channel members. So, even if it is an online marketplace or a e-commerce company or e-commerce activity of a brick and mortar company, you need online channel members. So, the firm along with its channel members make the supply chain. So, supply chain actually connects the value chains of many organizations. To remind you, what is a value chain? Value chain consists of primary business processes of an organization and many supporting activities. So, every company will have their own value chain depending on the nature of the company. Maybe the activities will differ a bit, but the fundamental principles behind these activities will remain same irrespective of the type of product and service it is offering. So, if you look at this, in fact, in the first lecture, if you remember, we were talking about this supply chain as the value delivery network. So, ultimately you will be delivering the value to the end customer through your supply chain. So, your in the supply chain, the order information from the customer moves down and the delivery of the actual product goes to the customer. So, there are basically 4 main cycles in a supply chain. It starts with the customer, and the first cycle is called customer's buying cycle. So, within this buying cycle, the customer, it is between customer and the dealer, and it has various steps: contacting with the customer, I mean through appropriate marketing efforts, making the sale, providing after sale service. So, all these things come under this customer's buying cycle. Then you have your replenishment cycle. Within this replenishment cycle, which starts from the dealer and ends with the distributor, it is your work is of deciding the distribution logistics, whether it is a online distribution. In case of a digital goods, you can have online distribution. Similarly, you can have offline distribution, you can have hybrid distributions, and so on. Similarly, you can, next cycle is your manufacturing cycle, if at all you are a manufacturer. Suppose you are a online retailer, probably you will be placing certain order to the actual manufacturer. So, from the distributor it goes to the manufacturer, and for manufacturer buy to the distributor. This is called manufacturing cycle. So, here you can have online production, or you can have just in time production in case of your e-commerce environment. Then is your procurement cycle. Now, what are various strategies? This we have already discussed. We can have a sell side strategy during e-procurement we have discussed, which is about catalogs. You can have a buy side and marketplace strategy, which is about having B2B auctions or negotiations. Now, if you look at the operations within the supply chain, then your supply chain operations reference model, the SCORE model, in fact, this SCORE model gives the details of various activities within the supply chain. So, what are the major activities? So, they are sourcing, making and delivering, and for everything you have to make a plan. So, these are the major activities, and within each there are many sub activities. So, what are those sub activities? It starts with the customer's order, then the order for production, then order for material allocation, then order for ordering the supplier, then you getting the supply, material supply, then getting the component supply, then making the product, and finally supplying it to the customer. And in between, within each you have to do you have to perform a number of planning operations like market forecasting, procurement forecasting, finding procurement opportunities, product opportunities, delivery opportunities, and those are various and other supply chain opportunities. So, if you look at the information flow for now for carrying out the activities under this SCORE model, when the company connects with its suppliers, different kinds of information flow. From the purchaser to the supplier, you send request for quote, you send purchase order, in fact, you send request for quote, in return the supplier sends you response to the quote, then you make the purchase order and then send to the supplier. Supplier acknowledges the purchase order, and if necessary he can also if necessary he may ask for the change in the purchase order. Then he can send you the order status information, you can send him the receiving notice, then he can send you the advance shipping notice, then you can and invoice, and finally you can have your payment process activated. So, with this we finish our discussion, and let us try to recapitulate what we did in this lecture. We continued the lectures that we had on marketing, e-marketing. Then we moved to a much broader concept, which is your supply chain management, and we are now going initially we are trying to understand what are the basic concept of supply chain, and from next class onwards we will be moving to see how this what is the role of information and how this information technology has actually changing the way the supply chain used to work. Thank you very much.